should you lower your price expectations because all of your coins are down 50 and even 60% right now? Well, I know for a fact after you watch this video from the start right through to the very end, you are going to have a 10 times better understanding of whether you should lower or maybe even increase your price predictions for your coins in this bull run. Just make sure while you're watching this video, if you find yourself learning something new or just enjoying yourself, to hit that like button. And if you're new around here, first of all, welcome. If you want to see more of this no BS crypto information, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well with that notification turned on. So I'm sure you've heard everyone in crypto right now screaming for the longest time, altcoins are dead or altcoins are dying, and that's giving you a lot of worry. So I decided I'd respond to Joel's comment from last night's video, trying to break this down for you step by step. We're going to look at things like what even causes alt season, if there's even likely going to be enough money in this bull run to cause an alt season because of all the new coins in circulation. We're going to look at what coins were doing in the last cycle and what we can expect coins to do from this point in alt season for this bull run. So sit back, enjoy the video. Let's begin. Oh, and don't worry, Joel, you're going to have your question answered 100% at the end of this video. But you've got to understand how we get to the answer we get to, all right? And that's what this video is for. So, like I said, we have to even discover if alt season's a possibility in the first place. There's three conditions, three things that must happen that will actually cause alt season. The first thing is Bitcoin has to break trend. And what that means is Bitcoin has to break through this upper trend line you can see circled in red here, like it did in this case back in 2014. Causing an alt season of 280 days, like it did back here in 2017, causing a 200-day alt season, and like it did back here in 2021, actually technically 2020, causing a 378-day alt season. So right now, this is looking like it might be anywhere between $155,000 to $170,000. Once it breaks through this, okay, that is step one complete. Condition two is ETH breaks all-time highs. And if you have a look here, you can see these white lines show ETH and its previous cycle all-time high. Every time in the new cycle, it breaks one, it breaks here, and again, it hasn't happened quite yet. What happens is Bitcoin's dominance actually falls at this exact time. Right now, I'm eyeing off this high level of resistance at $4,000. I think once we break above this, okay, we will likely break above the current all-time high of around $5,000. But what about condition three? Well, condition three actually happens from both of these happening, which is Bitcoin's dominance breaks down. When Bitcoin's dominance does something like this. Now, actually, a lot of people are confused at this cycle and like when could alt season come, guys. I actually broke this down on Bitcoin's dominance chart. To be honest with you, the patterns are playing out the exact same. Over here, when Bitcoin's dominance first began to break down in 2017, causing alt season. All right, alt season lasted for 334 days. We also then had about 1,100 days, you can see here, of Bitcoin's dominance slowly going up to the next cycle high, which of course caused a breakdown in dominance, causing that next high, okay? So basically, from the peak in dominance to the all-time high of Bitcoin in the crypto market over here, that was again another 365 days. So only 1 month longer than in this cycle. Now, what's weird is we had this kind of interim period here of about 243 days where Bitcoin's dominance stayed low. It didn't instantly shoot back up like this, like it did in that previous cycle. And so it's just taken longer to get to the point now where we are ready to break down once again. You can see here, 1,100 days yet again puts us somewhere around September. Now, why that's important is because many of you know, this chart here looks at the relationship between others and Bitcoin, or essentially altcoins versus Bitcoin. When this chart goes down, Bitcoin has strength over altcoins. When this chart goes up, it's pretty much alt season, okay? And so in this case, you can see back over here in 2015, we fell into a descending wedge, which caused a blowout, which of course is bullish for altcoins. That created a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave impulse pattern, which was an extended alt season, okay? We had the conclusion of this 2017 bull run here by an A, B, and C corrective wave pattern, followed by a sort of tightening wedge, a descending wedge again, which also we blew out into wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, causing alt season yet again, and we are now at the very tail end of this last corrective ABC patterns. This essentially means we are getting very close to the point here, the latest possible point. We can expect alts to break out of this descending wedge like it did in the 2 previous bull runs, which is very, very bullish. Now, that latest date, just like back over here, happens to roughly be around September of 2025. So that's what triggers alt season. And in my opinion, these are some timeframes to look at as well. These charts are still in motion, okay? They are still in motion, even with the scare of possible war happening. It's all still playing out. So in my opinion, most charts, like at least 70% of the charts, in my opinion, still say bullish, not bearish. So while a bearish might actually happen, at least right now, I'm betting with probabilities. And if there's a 70% chance of something happening, I'm betting on that. And that's a bull run. But the question may be, what about we got too many altcoins, not enough money to throw around? That's where a very important chart like this comes into consideration. I spend a lot of money building this out for the guys in the private community to have for free. This is what I call my wealth distribution sheet. And to cut a long story short, if the global crypto market cap goes to where I think it will, which is $10 trillion, okay, maybe it goes a bit less or a bit more, but it's in proportion. What's going to happen here is the top 10 altcoins will actually end up giving all other altcoins some money. And what I mean by this is Bitcoin's dominance, now it's about, 65%, will likely end up falling down to roughly 45%-ish. I think just beneath 50% is possible. It could even go lower than this. But either way, Bitcoin will give up at all-time highs for alt season about $500 billion worth of market cap to altcoins. We'll have Ethereum actually gaining strength because ETH actually goes up with altcoins. So we'll likely see ETH's dominance about, double to 20%. And we'll see stable coins like USDT and USDC lose strength. So they'll also give, you can see here, some market cap to our altcoins, which means net overall, we can expect around $267 billion worth of market cap flow out of Bitcoin, out of stable coins into our altcoins. Now, just going off very basic percentages of how much a group of altcoins has of the market, we can expect at a 10 trillion market cap, the top 90 coins, so that's rank 100, right up to rank 11 right now, to have about $650 billion worth of market cap at a 10 trillion market cap. But again, these altcoins will actually have some money flow into them from Bitcoin and stables, so we'll likely see around $225 million additionally. So let's just call it a nice even about $900 billion. So what I'm trying to say is 9% of the global market cap at $10 trillion will probably see altcoins have that amount in it, okay? So about 9%. Now, just to show you what this looks like, all right, the top 10 altcoins, even at the peak, will have about $8.8 trillion invested in it, aka $8,800 billion. Now, for scale, all right, this is how much, roughly speaking, the top 90 coins will have compared. All right, 900 billion. A lot of money still, but definitely not as Goliath as only 10 coins having most of the market cap in it. Now we can move down. I want to show you guys something. All right, top 100 to 200 altcoins will only have 100 billion. Now, if we look at the 300 coins from rank 200 to 500, they'll see about 130 billion. So only 30 billion more than the 100 coins on page 2. And we can keep going down, right? Coins ranked 501 to 1,000 will only see 43 billion, and bottom 1,000 coins, so coin ranked 1,001, all the way down the list, will only see $300 million at the all-time high invested in it. What does that mean? That's 143 times smaller than this. So this dot right here is likely much larger than what this would be in equivalence. But if I zoom out and just show you how little market cap is in these coins compared to the top coins, if I zoom out here, you'll see the scale of this, right? So why I'm bringing this up is the money in crypto is centralized in the top coins. And this chart shows it, okay? You can see here, most of the money sloshing around crypto is top 10 coins. And then like a solid, let's say 9 to 10% is in the top 90 coins. And then from there, it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So when new money comes into crypto, they're not looking for rank 2,300 on coin market cap. While those coins might spring you up a random 50x if you're lucky, okay, what most people fail to understand is some of these top ranking coins, okay, top even 100, even top 10 coins, can actually do multiples from here because Bitcoin can still do multiples from here. So these videos you go and search on YouTube, they're like, hey, we must find 100x coins. You must find 100x coins. I actually don't think that's necessary. As you'll see later in the video, actually, a lot of these top ranking coins that I talk about, Ondo, ICP, Hedera, Chainlink, and so on, they can yield multiples from here still. I think most people, okay, that look for a 100x in crypto, put your hand up if this is you, by the way. You don't have a clear goal. Okay, so you end up being in this boat where you just have no clear plan on actually how much money you want out of the market. So you go, oh, let's just 100x, because crypto, you should be able to 100x. Again, because you're watching videos like this all the time, right? You feel dumb if you're not 100xing. Okay, but you actually have more of a chance of being struck by lightning twice and surviving than making even $50,000, okay, in this position, let alone 100x. So I really suggest you guys think about your end goal here. That's why I talk about having an end goal with my subscribers, and that's why I talk about these large caps. Because as a matter of fact, when Bitcoin breaks out of this ascending channel, like I said, it's one of those 2 things or 3 things that have to happen here. When Bitcoin breaks trend, okay, and alt season happens, something crazy happens. Absolutely crazy happens. This is November of 2020, okay? So I wanted to show you here, we're in November of 2020. This is CoinMarketCap, all right? So this is all, of course, you see top 10, top 20, top 30 coins. All right, you can see just hit the market caps of some of these projects are not as big as they are now, of course, but still sizable for how small that market was back then. And so if I bring up this others versus Bitcoin chart again, like I showed you guys earlier on in the video, this chart right here, okay, I want to really blow your mind here. So again, November of 2020 actually happened here. After phase 1 of this 5-wave impulse pattern, you can see November 2020, what happens is we've completed wave 1. That's just altcoins gaining some strength back. Wave 3 is where the money's made, in my opinion. And you'll see this. If I actually show you BNB, okay, so back here, it was one of the top performing coins, right? It was a $4 billion market cap on November 1st. $4 billion. Now, this coin at $4 billion still went up and went to a $100 billion market cap. It exploded in wave 3. As for the price, it did like a 40x. The price literally 40x'd, and this was a top 10 coin. Yes, the market cap was smaller than what they are roughly today, okay, but we have a lot more money today to throw around these coins. Let me show you a new example here. Cardano. What did Cardano do? Okay, it went down here from a $5 billion market cap. It went up to a $75 billion market cap coin. Let's have a look at DOT. Okay, DOT also being a large cap here went from roughly speaking a $4.5 billion market cap up to a $41 billion market cap. Now, notice one thing about all these large cap coins. XLM, the same thing over here. Okay, it went down here at a $2.5 billion market cap, went up to a $16 billion market cap. All of these large cap coins have their highs and peak out here roughly in this 3rd wave. Now, this 3rd wave, like I said, is a wave in which we need to be taking profits on our large cap positions. So again, once we break out of where we are right now and go into wave 1, okay, wave 1, we just need to reconsolidate our positions. Wave 2, move those into your large caps. When wave 3 comes, which is this wave, this is where large caps really go to shine, okay? And again, large caps can do some insane multiples. Let me show you a coin that I got in the last cycle, okay? I got in this coin a little bit later over here, and you can see it actually pumped in wave 3 because it was a bit of a larger coin. But why this is important is because I thought this coin could do more multiples, but I didn't know back then what I know now, and that I would never invest in a coin like NEM because it's had its pump already. It's pumped in wave 3. What happens is in wave 5, the last and final push, this is where small caps, okay? This is where these small caps have their all-time high. All right, so I've just pulled up Hex and a few others just to show you this. And just to show you how little money we had in this wave 3, okay? Again, remember, wave 3, okay, is a large cap push first, not the entire crypto alt season, which finished in mid-May, okay, so mid-May 2021, all right? We had $436.5 billion of money invested in just the top 190 coins, excluding the top 10. So that goes from rank 11 down to 200. We had $430 billion invested in these coins. Now, what I'm expecting to come in this bull run, based on this chart I showed you before, all right, the distribution of wealth here, we can expect the end of wave 3 to have around $1,000 billion, or about $1 trillion, okay? So that's over a 2x more money invested in these coins. And remember, okay, the way that this works is that just because there's more coins doesn't mean that it's going to dilute how much money goes to these coins. You could have an infinite amount of coins, but they're only going to share $300 million between them. They could literally be 10 million coins for all I care, or 50 million coins. But hey, you guys got to share $300 million. I know, okay, the top 90 to 100 coins and the top 200 coins in general are going to have around $1 trillion invested in them. And if we just distribute $1 trillion into the top 190 coins, That means each coin will have about $5.2 billion each, and there's no way Rank Coin 200 is getting $5 billion. So, of course, it centralizes money, centralizes to the top coins, because that's what beginners see instantly. That's why I look at a coin like Ondo being market cap 2.4 billion, and people laugh at me for saying there's a possibility a strong coin like this can go like $10 or a 32 billion market cap, because it most definitely can. Coins in the previous cycle were doing these huge jumps. We have more money this time around, and like I've tried to tell you guys, you don't need as much money as you may think to pump these coins up, okay? Now, Ondo is ranked 38 in the top 100. So if I go back and show you guys November 2020, if I scroll down, rank 37, so again, one rank difference, whatever, compound here as an equivalent of what I can expect to happen, okay? Compound actually 9x'd its price from November 2020 to May 2021. Remember, this time frame is important because this is wave 3. So over here, compound a rank 37 coin at this point, okay, 9x'd its price. Now, yes, its market cap was substantially smaller, but also what I want to point out is, okay, if we have a look at the end, right, so May 2021, all right, compound actually lost 10 positions. So it was ranked 37, now it's ranked 47, which means it actually underperformed, okay? It wasn't as strong as what it could have been. And I guess a coin like Ondo, in my opinion, definitely is a stronger play. So a lot of people are also worried, like, well, what's this mean for the future coin? Like, altcoins are up, down. It's horrible, right? They're up 600%. They're down 60%, up 300%, down 70%. I'm sick of this. I want to give up when Lambo. Okay, this is Ondo's chart. I want to show you guys something. This is BNB. You know that coin I mentioned before that pumped in wave 3 and did those huge multiples, went to 100 billion market cap? Well, this is where it was back at the same point we're in right now, like Ondo over here in the previous bull run. Look at this, up 800%, down 70%, up 100%, down 70%. The average buy for most people was around $17. And the coin from that price, the average of $17, actually went up a 41x. This was a top like 6 market cap coin. Let me remind you, here it is. All right, Binance coin, BNB, 4 billion market cap, 41x. 41x price, not market cap, price we're talking about here. So all I'm saying is it's time in the market, not timing the market. And a lot of people have it backwards. A lot of people think that, hey, I should be buying something. Like, yes, you can optimize the money you make by doing that. But those who have just been accumulating it all this time, on average, right in the middle here, nothing fancy, not even timing the lows, all right? If you pick the right coins, the multiple should be there, okay? So this is why I'm not lowering my price predictions for now. If you have a look at coins like Beam, for example, Beam from the recent highs is down 89%, one of the largest droppers, okay, in the top market caps, because it is a gaming coin. These coins just are weaker. But I suggest you guys think about it like this. These coins can move around very, very quickly, okay? And this chop is all a part of the game for starters. But Beam from down here where it is down about 5 cents, if you look to sell at 20 cents, that's a 40x. Another way you can look at this is if this coin just simply goes back up to here, which is a 2x, it's a 20x. Or if it goes up at 3x, back to where I'm guessing most of us have roughly our average buy price around here, okay, it's only a 13x. Matter of fact, if it 4x's back over here to about 2 cents, it's only a 10x. So I say this because these coins move very quickly. Very quickly, they'll get back to these prices in good conditions. And so I must remind you, okay, are you looking at this huge multiple now, or where the coin could possibly go once it finds these levels again? You must think about this sort of stuff because, again, look at BNB. BNB down here at $4, okay? Would you be thinking, oh, my price prediction of BNB up here at $700 is possible? No, you're not. But all of a sudden over here at $40, you're going, that's about a 15x. That's okay. Do you see what I'm saying? So altcoins are casino coins. Altcoins are malleable. They're very up and they're very down with the slightest bit of news. But once retail comes in, once we have, the market makers, winter meat, once we have the cabal like, yep, macro is good, people are on standby, refresh money's there, let's pump the market, it's going to happen and it's going to come quick. And those who have been in the market, not trying to time the market, will see the best results. That's what every single bull run's taught us as well. Now, I could be wrong, like I said, but there's a good chance, I think more than 50%, I'm thinking closer to 70% or more chance we have a bull run here in an alt season. It's just going to come very quickly, I do think. So let me know what you think down below, guys. Did you like the video? Did you learn something new? Again, Joel, you might not have expected this sort of video. You might have wanted a video where our client said, hey, these are my price predictions I have for these coins. That video will come definitely soon. I just wanted to say, for the most part, the prices I've given on these coins in my last price prediction video, they're still there. they're still there. Like I said, they don't actually really need that much to go back up and again be realistic for people. So with that said, Joel, thank you for your question, my friend, and thank you for everyone for watching this part end of the video. Today's emoji, guess what? Keep it simple. Drop me a love heart down below and make sure you like the video if you made it this far. Talk to you soon, guys. Take care out there. Bye-bye.